Let's continue. In the last session, we have seen the introduction to polynomials, in which we saw what is a polynomial and what are the different types of polynomials. Based on number of terms, we call them as monomial, binomial, trinomial, and so on. And based on the degree, we call them as constant polynomial if the degree, that is the highest power. What is degree? The highest power. So a constant polynomial is a polynomial whose degree is 0. Yeah, we discussed about this all. Linear polynomial, quadratic, cubic, and if the degree is 4, it is called biquadratic polynomial. If the degree is 4, like if you have any equation, say x power 4 plus 3x cube minus 5, something like this. Okay, so we call this type of polynomials as biquadratic. What do we call them? Biquadratic polynomials. So now we are going to start the concept of graphs. So for linear polynomials, like in 9th class you have done linear equations. For linear equations, how many? For linear equation in one variable we have only one solution, right? Only one solution. So like if I say we'll take any linear equation, say 5x plus 10. This is a linear equation in one variable. So what will be the value of x? 5x is equal to minus 10, 5x is equals to minus 10, and x is equal to minus 10 by 5, that is x is equals to minus 2. So this minus 2 is called solution of this linear equation. No, so linear equation in one variable has only one solution. How many solutions it has? Only one, because the degree is 1. You can call it as one solution or one root, or you can call it as one factor or 0. So these are the different names of solution. You can call it as 0 also. Okay, this minus 2 is called 0 of this polynomial 5x plus 10. Why it is called 0? Just substitute minus 2 in place of x here. What you will get? 5 into minus 2, that is minus 10 plus 10. So you'll get 0 here, right? If you cancel this, you'll get 0. So that is why this is also called as 0 in 10th class. Now, so a linear polynomial has 1 0. Then a quadratic polynomial has at most 2 zeros. Cubic polynomial has at most 3 zeros. Okay, maximum 3 zeros. It can be 2 also. Okay. Now, looking at the graph, we can draw the graph of all the types of polynomials. Okay, we have drawn the graphs of linear equations in 9th class. Okay, we can, in the same way we can draw the graph of quadratic, cubic, all the types of equation. Now looking at the graph, you have to say how many zeros does that polynomial has. Okay, so this is one of the example from the textbook I have taken. Look at the graph in figure 2.9 given below. Each is the graph of y is equal to p of x. What is p of x there? P of x is certain polynomial. For each of the graph, find the number of zeros. So looking at the graph, we can say how many zeros a polynomial has. Okay, so for that you should remember this rule. The number of zeros depend on the points, at how many points the graph cuts x-axis. Okay, this is your x-axis. So you should see the graph is cutting x-axis at how many points here? The graph is cutting x-axis only at one point. We should not consider y-axis. Okay, because this is a polynomial in variable x, in x, so we should take x-axis point of intersection with the graph. Okay, so this curve, these are the different types of graphs. This is a linear graph, this is called parabola. Okay, this is called parabola, this type of equation graphs, and these are the curves. So looking at the graph, we can say for which how many zeros does that polynomial has. So this has 1 0 because this is meeting x-axis only at one point. This curve is meeting x-axis at how many points? 2 points. So we'll say it has 2 zeros. This curve is meeting x-axis at 1, 2 and 3 at 3 points, right? So you can say how many zeros does it have? It has 3 zeros. Okay, 3 solutions. And we can say that this is drawn for a cubic polynomial. And this here, it is meeting x-axis at how many points? Only at 1 point, right? So it has 1 0. So you should just see at how many points the curve is meeting x-axis. That's all. Okay, this is very simple. This can be asked in 1 mark. Okay. Okay, now let's draw. If I draw a straight line, this is meeting x-axis at 1 point, so 1 0. If I draw a curve, this is meeting x-axis at 2 points. This is x-axis, right? So it has 2 zeros. And if I draw like this has 3 zeros. So looking at the graph, we can say how many zeros. Now can you say how many zeros does it have? The fifth one. The fifth graph has only 1 0 because it is meeting x-axis only at 1 point. Then coming to the sixth, at how many points this graph is meeting x-axis? Check out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so this graph has 4 zeros. So this is a biquadratic polynomial. So this type of questions can be asked in 1 mark. You have a similar exercise, that is 2.1. So let's begin with this now. How many zeros? At how many points this is meeting x-axis? Is the graph meeting, is the curve or a line meeting x-axis at any point? No. So it has no zero. We can call it as no zero. Okay. At how many points this is meeting x-axis? 1 point. So 1 0. Here it is meeting at 1, 2, 3. So 3 zeros. Here in the fourth one, at how many places the graph is meeting x-axis? 2 points. Yeah. So this has 2 zeros. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 3 zeros. Okay, zeros is nothing but solutions. Okay, so this is the way we find number of zeros looking at the graph. Complete this exercise in your classwork, or you can even do it in reader also. Okay, we'll continue with the second exercise in the next